So how do people react when they hear you're going to Harvard?
I get mixed reactions. There's little facial expressions, and they go, like the chin goes back, like, really?
And how do you react to the huh?
Huh? I'm like, yeah, I'm going.
You're stepping out of your comfort zone in this new season, okay? When it comes down to your growth, you're finally believing that you're able to sort of move into your next level. You're embracing your creativities, and you're not having your inner gifts towards yourself, okay? You're not hiding your talents. This season, the good stuff that's coming to you is you're going to get a confidence boost to really move into your next level in a effective type of manner. You're going to make the stride to sort of invest in yourself properly. The money and the security is going to come to you, okay? You're going to be the face of your own brand, okay? You're developing your brand. You're developing the need to really set yourself apart in the market, okay? And you're getting comfortable with, like I said, not hiding yourself with what you're good at, your craft, your things that you're embracing in your work arena where you're like, okay, you know what? I worked for a company for so many years. I'm looking to invest in my own things for myself, okay? You're stepping into that next level without procrastinating, okay? You're breaking free from that procrastination, okay? You're breaking free from looking at other people's journey to say, oh, well, that's working for them, but I'm going to need more time. I'm going to need more effort. You're taking that time to really learn, okay? And being that investment for yourself to say, okay, what's the truth that I need in this situation to sort of like, move me forward and to really start the journey in a slow perspective, but also, like I said, taking those baby steps along the way, okay? Like I said, you have investment, invest in your education and make some big plans for the future. Take calculated risk, but save something to fall back on, okay? You guys are taking that time to really, look at what you're bringing to the table. You're looking what you're trying to get to your next level with your investments, okay? And you're like, okay, I'm taking the steps that I need to get to that level, okay? Rather it be through education, rather it being with your networking, okay? You're taking those precautions, you're taking those steps to say, hey, I'm making some stride into stepping out onto a new platform or a new type of industry, okay? And you're developing those relationships along the way, okay? Some of you guys could be connected to a romantic relationship in this new season for your good stuff coming towards you, okay? But you're really taking that time to look and really learn the person who you're connecting with, okay? You're looking to see, okay, how they really fit for you in your life, okay? If it's worth the investment. I think the biggest thing for you right now is you're looking to really invest in yourself, okay? Relationships, it's taking like a secondary type of thought process. If you guys are single right now, you're really looking to see, okay, yeah, if this person, they're able to fit into my life, but I'm really have to focus on myself to get to my next level, because I really think that you guys were like in your head as far as your major goals. I think it was always like, okay, well, we'll do this another time. Let's wait next month. It's not the best time because I'm dealing with family. It's not the best time because I have, dealing with my friends or just dealing with, personal work endeavors. Now you're like, I'm not putting anything to the back burner. And if someone is jeopardizing you from really, advancing into your career or advancing for your goals for yourself, I believe that relationship is not going to really stand that much weight for you in the growth process, because you guys have so much in store for this new year that you're looking to accomplish, okay? You're cutting ties with anything that's not really serving your purpose, okay? Rather it's a job that's not really, giving you the amount of security, because you guys are looking to be secure in this new level, okay? You have the tree that came out for your pre-shuffle, okay? You're looking for that abundance. You're looking for that growth, okay? So you're looking for financial growth coming to fruition, okay? Abundance in your career, okay? You guys are going to have that for this new year. That good stuff coming towards you. It's going to be a good positive energy for your career endeavors, okay? And that comes from really embracing, okay, your creativity. If it's being creative for a company, going into a expansion with another company that's looking to really embark upon investing in your creative talents, okay, to take you to that next level, or you're doing it independently, okay? You're getting that comfort to say, you know what, I'm cutting away from ties that's just going to have me in this stagnant type of place, okay? You're no longer going to tie yourself to dead-end jobs, a dead-end situation that's going to take you away from your mission, okay? So we are cutting ties. You may need to leave your current position and look for something better. Ending a job doesn't mean burning bridges. Go with grace. You guys are all about going with, forming new connections, finding people who are really, supportive along with you with your journey. But if you're looking to say, okay, is this really worth for me to really stay year after year? Is this worth this investment for me to sort of like, keep on going with this company? Or is it, taking me to another level? I develop all I need to here. I can't go any further. And I think you guys are just really removing yourself from stuck spaces, okay? You're looking to say, hey, if it's not growing with me, if it's having me in a space where I had this loyalty in this situation and the people around me are not really loyal to my growth process, you're walking away from it. Okay, you're not going to be in loyal situations, okay, where they're not really investing in you financially. They're not looking to really grow with you in a level of comfort for you in your work department, okay. It could be a situation where, a lot of promotions were being passed up, and it's been year after year where you sort of been like, doing that work and doing that energy to really be in your field, to be seen or to be taken seriously in your next level. And it's just not really growing for you. And you're like, how am I going to invest with this company? And it's not really giving me that level of abundance that I'm looking for, okay? You're looking for your crown to be in the situation. Okay, and you have those tools to get you to that crown type of mentality, to get you to that, like, that level of abundance for yourself. Okay, you're no longer holding back based on someone else's promises. That's not really cutting, the growth for you. Okay, someone could just be all talk in your office. Someone could be all talk who you're working with, in your business. And it's like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be invested in someone who is just all about, making me feel good or saying all the right things, but I don't see anything in the practical. You're not seeing anything really around you that's showing the level of growth that they're talking about. Okay, so crown is overcoming obstacles, power plays, wealth of careers. You're looking to be the owner and the boss in your own life. Okay, you're making those efforts along the way, and you're taking those steps to get to that level. And it's going to be a level where you're not in this space where it comes in this natural type of way where it's like, I think before you guys probably had a restricted view as far as, really hiding your talents, and you had more of a self-conscious type of mindset when it came down to your growth. But this is something that you have to release, okay? This is something you have to release because you had the talent to take you to your next level. You had the skill set to make you stand apart in your new beginning, okay? And that's what you're walking into. You're walking into your new beginning. Okay, so we have here, it's a good time to start a new job or a whole new career. You have creative ideas that get noticed. Build a nest egg for the future. Okay, this is not the time to really lock yourself in when it comes down to your creativity. Hiding your creativity will not take you to the level of your abundance, okay? Rather being in an office setting, rather being in your own development in your career field independently, hiding your talents would not get you into this financial freedom that you're looking for, okay? Because you guys had a tool to get to your own crown. Okay, you have the tools to really set yourself apart from your competitors. Okay, you have to just go about, taking yourself away from that comfort zone. Okay, it could be a comfort zone with, working with people for year after year, but you have to ask these questions for yourself. Is this really working for me? Is this really bringing about the abundance that I'm looking for? Okay, or am I at this level I'm feeling capped? Okay, so you're looking to see, okay, is this really take the time for me to really go about networking or advancing my education? Okay, some of you guys could be in fields where it's like, you've been in the field for years, okay, but you're looking to sort of go and expand further. Okay, you could be in the medical field where it's like, hey, you know what, I've been in nursing for so long, but I really want to be a doctor. You're taking that type of knowledge that you're looking to get from your education to move you to that next level. Okay, some of you guys could be in different industries, like in the culinary field where you're looking to really develop your skills, take courses to really set you apart in that particular market, to really build upon your restaurant if you're looking to develop a restaurant. Okay, these are things that are going to set you out of your comfort zone where it's like, okay, I'm moving into a different space in life, okay? To get to my money, to get to my abundance, I have to look at life differently. I can't come about, my growth with being in this same type of closed off type of mindset, okay? You're going in this space where you're developing your skills, okay? You got cutlery here, okay? You're going to have the tools to set you apart, okay? So we have business tools needing more money, living well. Career could be in food-related services, okay? You're in this space of making more money, and you're using the tools that you're gifted with to be about making those skill sets for yourself. You're looking to be in that growing process for yourself, okay, where it's like, hey, not only am I, looking at my skill set and saying, hey, you know what, I really have this talent here, you're no longer going to have yourself tied to this imposter syndrome that you may have had in the past. And sometimes imposter syndrome can have you sort of stuck at a level, okay? You guys are releasing yourself from that type of mindset because you're realizing that you have a brilliance when it comes down to, really going about your journey, okay? You have this confidence that you're really unlocking for yourself, okay? You're no longer, denying that you had a skill set and also, like I said, the creativity to get you to that new level, okay? You had that talent. You had that creativity. You had that knowledge, okay, to take you further. And some of you guys could be in this factor where it's like, you have your kids, you have family members that you are taking care of, okay? But you're like, you know what? I'm going to develop my skill set. I'm going to set time aside, okay? Rather, like I said, even when you're looking at education, okay, signing up for a class, okay? You don't have to go overboard. You don't have to stress yourself out with doing so much, okay? Even if it's like a step into that direction for this new year, you're going to have that brilliant idea to say, hey, let me do one thing at a time, okay? Let me have this, I know I had these endeavors I want to accomplish, but that Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? You're taking that time and energy to really invest to see what works with your schedule, with your overall growth process, okay? So we have brilliance here. You discover your own genius by breaking away from the grind to follow your own inspiration. Your ideas will bring recognition, okay? And that's something that's going to really help you set yourself further apart in the market, okay? Don't be weighed down for what other people have in their life, okay, or in their pathway, okay? They took their time to develop that. You're going to take your time to develop your skill set as well, okay? It's all about time, and you're going to get to your abundance in time, okay? You're going to look to see, okay, while you're growing, while you're developing your craft, okay, whatever it may be. Like I said, it could be in the arts, it could be in the medical field, okay? It just could be on independent projects. You're looking to see, okay, how do I go about this effectively? How can I go about this, like I said, in a place where I'm comfortable with the changes, but I'm also not restricting myself to be in the same pattern, okay? You guys are really looking to gain more financial security this year, okay? And half of this security is going to come from your talents that you bury deep down, okay? That freedom that you're looking for, that abundance, that freedom that you're looking for comes when you stepping out of your comfort zone. Comes when you releasing that imposter syndrome and really believing in your talents, your skills, okay? And knowing that you have all the tools in your tool belt to take you to that next level, okay? Let's go further with the tarot deck just to pull some more cards here. Let's see what's the good stuff coming for you guys, okay? So we have the Judgment card here. You got the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, we got the Wheel of Fortune. I like seeing that. We got the Chariot card here. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, no longer settling for crumbs. All right, so we got Two of Pentacles, and we had the Five of Wands, okay, in reverse. So you're no longer tying yourself to an environment or a job environment that wants you to invest in them and have you run around in chaos, but you're not really developing your own craft to take you to that next level. Even if you guys want to be in the corporate field, you don't want to be independently, for your own business or those endeavors. You want to really embark on a journey with another team, okay? You're no longer tying yourself for someone who is not looking to grow with you in your company, okay? No longer taking that level of a back seat in your career. All right, a couple more cards. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have, let's see, the Eight of Wands in reverse. I'll pull two more cards for you guys. Okay, we got the Three of Cups here. Okay, and one more card. So we had a Nine of Cups. Okay, I'd love to see that. So you guys, like I said, you got the Judgment to know that you're no longer faltering when it comes down to investing in someone who's not having that same energy and passion for you and your team environment, okay? You had the Wheel of Fortune here, okay? You know what's going to bring you that type of abundance for your life, okay? You're walking to the door of abundance for you, and it starts by taking those little steps along the way, okay? Like I said, that investment, whether it's in networking, whether it's in your education, whether it's, like I said, in little steps to really set you apart in your business, taking that time to really plan out some things that you're looking to accomplish this year, okay? And working upon those steps and not just having it in your head. You're no longer closing your mindset to starting your journey, okay, and your pathway, okay? Don't play small for somebody in your environment, okay? They're not looking to put in this passion for you, okay? And now you're realizing the judgment's on you right now where you're realizing that you're no longer staying stuck to situations that don't have your favor, okay? You're knowing that it's time to leave. You got a chariot card. You know when to get on that road and not look back. Okay, because if you're seeing that the environment is not having that money, that security, that page of pentacles in reverse, okay, who can make life work with a pinnacle, one pinnacle? Some of you guys could be very loyal with a company, or could have been, like, very loyal with your team. And you're looking at the money, and you're like, something ain't right. I'm not gaining anything from this. I'm not really, being in this situation where I'm seeing the abundance really happening for me. I'm sort of stuck. Okay, and you're no longer in that indecisive type of space. You have that Two of Pentacles. You're no longer going back and forth with your abundance. You're no longer going back and forth with some of these careers that you're tied to. That's not really showing that you're really growing in this field. Okay, you're saying, hey, you know what? I'm removing myself from the issues. Five of Wands for reverse. You're not putting yourself in this conflict type of perspective. A lot of these environments, they try to tie you with a lot of emotional upheaval. So you're removing yourself from the upheaval and you're really looking to see, okay, you know what, let me really see what's going on. You're weighing the judgment to say, hey, you know what, I'm seeing that there's just a lot of emotional, chaotic energy. It's not worth my time. The judgment's in the situation. You had judgment in the situation. You're like, I have things and goals I want to accomplish, okay? I'm not going to waste my time in a career or in a situation when I'm like, sort of in a stagnant place with my my networks here that are not really growing, okay? Some of the networks that you have right now could just all be about, communication that's like, very much so juvenile. It could be a lot of gossip and they're not really looking to make moves. You're cutting ties with what's not working for you. You're cutting the tie, okay? And you're like, hey, if you're coming to me with this, like, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Pentacles energy, I'm not going to invest in this because I know that it's not enough. You're knowing what's not enough, okay? You're not even in your head about this. You got the Eight of Wands in reverse. You're like, that's not enough. Someone could try to make some things or make some offers to you to, to spend more with them or to stick with them on a deeper type of financial type of level. And you're like, you know what? For me being here for years or me being in this environment, you're coming to me with this Nine of Pentacles, type of energy to say, okay, well, here's your raise. You're like, it's not even worth my time. I don't want to invest in this or whatever, or being in this situation. You're seeing that, hey, let me cut the ties from this situation in a very, in a right type of way. You're like, hey, I'm going to walk away from this job opportunity because I see that it's just not really worth my financial type of investment in this situation for myself, okay? Because you're looking at it, you're like, it's almost like a level of being like offended. You're like, okay, for me to invest so much of my energy and to only get so much back, you're like, I'm not feeling it, okay? You guys are not feeling it because you're looking for something to really have you in a space where you're able to fellowship, okay? You're able to go on trips. You're able to spend time with your family, okay? And that comes with you really stepping into your brilliance, stepping into your mindset of your creativity, and walking away from things that no longer serve you, okay? And you're going to be in this space of independence, Nine of Cups, okay? You're going to be all good for yourself, okay? You're going to come sit back and you're going to be pretty in the seat, okay? Bring in that level of believing in yourself that you're able to get to your next level, okay? You're no longer shutting yourself down. You're no longer, like I said, walking away from that imposter syndrome that you guys could have held on to in the past, okay? You're now in this space where you're believing in your brilliance. You're believing in your talent. And with that, that's going to take you to your next level, okay? Let's pull from the Hard Truth deck here before we end the reading. Let's see here. I'm going to pull 2 cards for you guys. All right. So we have bad attitude and plain safe. Okay. Some people going to have a bad attitude that you're leaving. Okay. But that's on them. That's not on you. Hey, you're walking away. Like we said early on, when you're going about, going in your own new direction. And when it's time to cut ties, You're cutting ties in a wise direction, okay? You're cutting ties and you're doing it in a very proper type of way. If they got a bad attitude from that, that's on them. That has nothing to do with you, okay? It says attitude is adding fuel to the fire. Adjust your mindset to positivity to achieve the desired outcome. So some of them have to adjust their mindset in their work environment. Okay, they can't survive without you. Okay, but with you cutting ties, you're like, I'm doing what's right for me in my direction. Okay, hey, it is what it is. You'll find someone to invest in. Okay, but you're looking at the overall, experience that you're having in that environment. You're like, it's a dead end. You can't grow in it. Okay, so you're really taking that lesson. Some of you guys could have really been doing a deep meditation for January, okay, the start of January, or it could be later on in the month to really meditate to see what are some things I'm trying to go into in my next level in life, okay? What are some things that I'm looking to really expand upon on 2026, okay, in a healthy direction, okay? And like I said, while you're doing that and while you're, making that list and making some journaling some ideas down, okay, you're realizing that a lot of ties have to be cut, okay? And these people, like I said, they can have that, bad attitude, but the major reason why they had a bad attitude is because some of them are codependent, but they're codependent, but they don't want to invest. So that makes sense. They're codependent on you, and they know that you have a lot of value to the situation, but they don't want to invest in you, okay? Not in the proper way. They want to shortchange you, hoping that you don't see the level of talent that you have in the environment, okay? Like I said, we have playing safe here. This is the second card. You've been taken on the easy path, and your laziness will not pay off. Start taking bold actions and challenge yourself to be bigger and better, okay? So that's stepping out of that comfort zone, okay? You guys are no longer playing it safe. To get to this level of this 3 of Cups, 9 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, can't play safe. You can't say, well, this is good enough. Okay, well, this is going to take me, in time they're going to notice me. Okay, well, I don't feel like I'm the best in the situation. I don't feel like I'm bringing a lot to the table. You're releasing that imposter syndrome, okay? Because with that imposter syndrome, it has you play safe in your work environment. It has you play safe with developing your networks, okay? You had the talent. You have the mindset to take you to that next level. One of the good stuff that's happening to you right now is to really have that sense of understanding that you have so much talent to bring in any direction that you go into, okay? And with that talent, okay, people are gonna have you in this space where you're gonna have a lot of abundance coming to your plate, okay? All right, guys, this is your reading for the month of January. Looking forward to talking to you soon. Have a good one.
Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant. Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant.